Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Dibs, Mr. Crockpot on Twitter. Today, we are counting down my top 10 edge rushers in the 2024 NFL Draft. Guys, if you love the draft and you want more draft content, you know what to do. Smash that subscribe button. Let's go. Medicals will be important, but Laiatu Latu would be a clear top 10 pick next April based on pure natural ability. Latu wins with unbelievable hand usage and closing burst. His ability to avoid the tackle's punch and dip under them is simply next level. When linemen overset, Latu can counter quickly with an inside move. His pass rush plan will translate well at the next level and make him an impact player as a rookie. Latu's motor always runs hot. We've seen him track down quarterbacks on several plays when structures break down. No matter the point in the game, Latu is always going 100%, which NFL coaches will love. Latu is very simply as a run defender and has the play strength to shed blockers. The most underrated part of Latu's game is his ability to finish wins. He has that extra burst to get to the quarterback, leading to 13 sacks in 2023. Overall, the Bruin has a few flaws in his game. He could afford to be more gap disciplined, and there are a few tweaks in his technique as a pass rusher that he still needs to iron out. But the neck injury will be most teams' biggest hesitation when considering drafting him. Schematically, the UCLA product has primarily played as a stand-up outside backer in odd fronts and has the athleticism to drop into coverage. That might be his best scheme fit, but he should have no problem playing as a hand-in-the-ground defensive end for an even front team if need be. It's not the strongest edge group at the top this year, and Latu has helped tremendously to elevate it. Latu possesses the upside to be a true #1 pass rusher in the NFL. A technician with high-end athleticism, Laiatu Latu is a blue-chip prospect in the 2024 NFL Draft. Let's watch some highlights.
Got single coverage out there. Williams instead, sacked by Latu. That's 12 on the year for Latu.
In the box, they'll back out of it. Pressure comes and Penix is sacked for the first time this season. Latu got there, and he was cut.
Williams from the pocket, pressure on. Williams hit and sacked again. They blow it dead, and it's Latu with back-to-back sacks. Call. Pressured immediately, and he goes down. Latu there.
And they'll give it to him. Looking to stretch it outside this time. They'll pitch it. Davis. Corralled in the backfield. He's going to lose half a yard. Latu got...
Three-man rush again.
3rd down and 4. Rising.
That's beautiful defense right there.
Great defense.
Wonderful defense.
Laiatu Latu.
USC. Williams to the air again. Pressure up the middle. Williams in trouble. Steps up. Eludes guys. Takes off.
Plays off as fast as they possibly can, needing 2 scores.
McCall sacked again. Latu.
Target in these situations. Williams backing up. Bottled up and taken.
And now Patty, who had a 42-yard run, is going to be...
Jared Verse is a physical marvel. He has an NFL-ready body and is one of the most physically intimidating players in the country. He has great play strength with the power to bull rush tackles with ease. Verse possesses a remarkable burst off the snap, allowing him to gain instant leverage against opposing offensive linemen. His rapid acceleration and ability to penetrate the backfield disrupt plays right from the outset. He can convert speed into power better than anyone in college football. Jared Verse will be a versatile chess piece for any defensive coordinator at the next level. He can line up as a traditional edge rusher, slide inside to play as a defensive tackle on obvious passing situations, or even drop into coverage. Verse is also relentless in his pursuit of the ball, and Verse's high motor and tireless work ethic set an example for his teammates. His play intensity is infectious, and it's one of the first things you notice when you turn on a Florida State football game. While possessing an impressive burst, Verse doesn't show a lot of bend at the top of his rush. He can play a little stiff at times, which can prevent him from finishing some plays. That tightness I see from him, especially when coming off the edge, makes me concerned just for the fact that we're talking about a top draft pick. while proficient in pass rushing versus run defense technique could benefit from refinement. He occasionally takes aggressive angles from open running lanes, and a more disciplined approach will help him consistently seal the edge against the ground game. Overall, Jared Verse's explosive first step, versatility, and relentless motor project him as a promising edge prospect at the professional level. NFL teams will undoubtedly value his ability to disrupt plays in the backfield and generate pressure. Right now, I've got a first-round grade on Jared Verse, and I'd be shocked to see him fall past the top 20 selections of the 2024 draft. Let's watch some highlights.
Rear long is 47. They got to go a ways. The attempt, one blindside hit. The ball is loose. A scramble for it as Daniels got pounded by that man, Jared Verse. 37. Plummer backed up and taken down by Jared Verse. The Gators have come short most often. Oh, a sack by the offensive lineman. Jared Verse just shoved a blocker.
He's good.
Brown lost the football. It rolls out of bounds.
To exploit. They give it back to him, and he's yanked down by Jared Verse.
Teams and this selection committee under these circumstances. Plummer again. And guess who? Jared Verse.
But he does. He doesn't.
Drones, backside pressure, and he's sacked at the 34. Tootin on the sidelines, Thomas in for him. Jones sacked back to the 32.
Thing against the home team, Florida State. Billy Wiles in trouble, throws off his back foot, dangerous pass, incomplete.
Dallas Turner might be the best pure athlete in this year's edge class. He has a good get-off and is a smooth mover when working laterally, not to mention his speed, which allows him to close on quarterbacks and make hustle plays down the field with chase down tackles. Dallas Turner's athleticism stands out as a pass rusher, as he's able to execute a difficult ghost rush move at the highest level. A lot of that has to do with his bend, as he has a limber lower half to turn tight corners at the top of the rush. The latter also pops up during his dip rip move and when he wins around the edge in general. The general question about Dallas Turner's game is how well he can hold up against the run. Turner is only 242 pounds, which is on the light side for a defensive end. He also has trouble disengaging blockers and at times has difficulty setting the edge. While this is a legitimate concern, if he is put in the right scheme at the next level, this liability can thus be covered up. Schematically, Dallas Turner's best fit is as a stand-up outside linebacker for a team that uses a lot of odd fronts. Unlike most of the prospects I evaluated so far, I feel confident that Dallas Turner is who he is. Whether Turner can overcome his lack of size and strength depends on the coaching he gets. It's not like the power is awful, but NFL tackles will be much stronger in the pros. When Alabama lost Will Anderson Jr., I assumed Turner would take a step down, but he in fact did not. Dallas Turner got better and better as the season progressed, and that is something you just love to see. If Dallas Turner gets paired with some other high-end talent and a competent defensive coordinator, his weaknesses can be shattered, which could lead to a very, very talented professional player. Overall, Dallas Turner is a fun edge rusher, but whoever takes him has to acknowledge that he is raw and will need time before he becomes something at the next level. Let's watch some highlights.
9-yard line to pick up a first down. Back. Here comes the heat. Down he goes. They get to him, and it's Dallas Turner.
The two guys that had to be a factor in the game. Their quarterback is there. It's third down. What can you do from the edge? And he does something from the edge.
Bunch formation at the bottom of the screen there. Rodgers trying to pull, can't fire, and is sacked. Alabama will take over at the 33 on downs. Dallas Turner, the first one to get there.
Bentley in the backfield. They go to Watkins. Watkins, nothing's there. Ripped down. Dallas Turner read it beautifully. On second down, Dart looks right. Pressure's coming, and he sacks. Dallas Turner high in the air to take him down. Dart, pressure's coming. He's trying to avoid it. Flags come in, and he's taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Dallas Turner chased him down.
2nd and 8. Johnson, pockets collapsing. Down he goes. Turner is there. So is Aboigbe.
Jefferson in the air. Gets hit. And down he goes. Dallas Turner.
And he's going to get a big, much-needed sack
on KJ.
Well, he's back up, and so's the Tennessee offense, but Milton's going the wrong direction. Down he goes, way back inside the 40. Dallas Turner.
41 from the right side puts pressure on, so he spins back the other way. Right to number.
Hand rest.
Blitz. Spinning out is Brown. Trying to turn the corner and has no chance to get anywhere near the line to gain. Dallas Turner.
When it comes to rushing the passer, Bralen Trice is able to consistently win at the point of contact, gain leverage, and bull rush the blocker into the quarterback. This seems to be his go-to and most effective move. However, you can't be a one-trick pony and succeed in the NFL. Unfortunately for Trice, it seems like that's what he is at currently. He has limited pass rush moves, his hand usage isn't very good, and his first step is inconsistent. His arsenal of moves definitely needs an expansion at the next level. When it comes to stopping the run, Bralen Trice is one of the best run defenders in the draft. He's able to win the point of contact and gain control over the blocker. From here, he can shed and disengage whenever needed to make a play on the running back. He understands where his gap is. If a running back runs through it, he will be met. Something to be concerned about is his tracking. There are times he takes his eyes off the ball and ends up losing it, thus rendering him unable to make a play. Trice also has a relentless motor, continuously trying to get pressure on the quarterback. If his first move doesn't work, he's capable of countering with a second move and even a third move if necessary. Even if he's double teamed, he's doing what it takes to get past it and make an impact on the play. I have Bralen Trice as a low floor, high ceiling prospect. Initially, it may take him some time before he makes a real impact due to his lack of pass rush moves and questionable instincts. However, with his strength at the line of scrimmage, ability to get leverage, and run defense, he represents an intriguing prospect. Right now, I've got a round 1 grade on Bralen Trice, and any team that drafts him will be getting a big-time player for their defense. Let's watch some highlights. Chris Braswell exploded in 2023 as he got onto the field more for Alabama, and his draft stock has followed suit. The Crimson Tide pass rusher has the skill set to have a legitimately impressive NFL career. Quite frankly, Chris Braswell is faster than Jimmy John's. There are multiple reports that he has clocked in excess of 21 miles an hour during the 2023 offseason program for the Tide, a testament to just how explosive this guy is. He's a strong run defender who plays with his pants on fire. While there's no denying that he could be productive as a pass rusher at the next level because of his impressive first step and surprising power, his ceiling is almost certainly tied by his physiological limitations. In an underwhelming pass rushing class, and considering his development as a run defender and pass rusher in 2023, it shouldn't be surprising to see him go sometime within the first 2 days of the NFL draft. He won't be best suited as a top pass rushing option on a team, but he'd be an outstanding complement to a more pass rush focused edge, just like his situation at Alabama. For as good as the bright flashes are as a pass rusher, Braswell is likely going to need further development to offer a comprehensive pass rush plan off the edge. His athleticism earns him a number of clean wins, but when he's setting against NFL starters, is he going to have the clubs in his bag and the muscle memory needed to counter in real time? That may take added coaching and, just as important, reps. Chris Braswell is really a ball of clay for an NFL defensive coordinator to mold. He's got the foundations of a quality starter at the next level, and his recent flashes as a pass rusher seem to indicate that this is a bet worth placing. I would expect his pedigree and potential carries him to a lofty selection sometime in that day 2 range. Let's watch some highlights.
They need every yard they can get right now.
Milton, backside pressure, down he goes, the ball is out. It's going to be scooped, and it might be a score. It is! Campbell, touchdown, Alabama!
This time, the sack around the corner from Chris Braswell. He scoops it.
Maybe it's simultaneous. 2nd and 6, empty backfield. Schomburg! Hello!
Trying to get lined up. Rodgers, they set up a screen, picked off at the 25-yard line by Chris Braswell. Still on his feet, miraculously scores! Bravo, Braswell!
And is blocked by Alabama. And they're going the other way. And it's Chris Braswell down the sideline. Alabama scores. Trying to catch his breath. 3rd and 9. Thorne in trouble. And he's going to go down. Alabama got to him.
Allen showing pressure off the edge here.
They're down in 6. And they're able to get to Leary and then just thrown back by Chris Braswell.
College game.
Very much so. Brown, incomplete. Threw it at the feet of Jason Littlejohn. And he is slow to get up. If he does get up, he took a shot.
Yeah, he did take a shot. Yeah, you're going to watch this hit. Brian Brown with the fake out, steps up in the pocket. Oh, my God.
Line on the snap. Laiatu taken down. Chris Braswell with the sack for Alabama.
Well, they're sliding in that direction. Right tackle.
Darius Robinson played primarily on the interior during his first 4 seasons of his Missouri career, but this season he took over for Isaiah McGuire on the edge and fared incredibly well, notching 42 pressures and 27 run stops in 12 games. He logged 8.5 sacks and 14 tackle for losses and made plays week in and week out. Robinson was one of the biggest winners of the 2024 Senior Bowl, so let's see what this guy is all about. Let's talk about strengths. At 6'5" with elite length, Robinson can drive awesome amounts of power downhill on the attack with high-level play strength and leverage acquisition. Robinson is a technically sound run defender with legit 3-down potential at the next level. He's still growing as a pass rusher, but his ceiling is astronomical if all the puzzle pieces start to come together. A season learning under Brandon Graham and Hassan Reddick to weaponize him as a pass rusher is such a fun thought process. And then we get to weaknesses. Robinson is kind of in danger of getting hit with the tweener label. He's not as bendy as some of his competitors and needs to further develop and expand his pass rush moveset. There is some stiffness to his game, and he tends to play too upright at times and loses the leverage game. In summary, Darius Robinson screams Philadelphia Eagles to me. He's a tough, hard-nosed defender who plays multiple positions and stops the run with a red-hot motor that's always revving. Big and long with positional versatility is Philadelphia's cup of tea, and Darius Robinson certainly fits that profile. After an incredible Senior Bowl showing, Robinson looks to be sneaking in the back end of round 1 and top of round 2 consideration. Let's watch some highlights. If NFL draft players are movie stars, then Chop Robinson's first step and get-off is simply worthy of the big screen. His ability to crash across the face of blockers into the B-gap or explode up the field as an outside speed rusher is one of his biggest winning traits. Speed is one thing, but when you pair it with the athleticism and bend he showcases on the edge, that's what really gets the juices flowing. When it comes to his physical foundation, Chop Robinson appears to have plenty of room on his frame to add mass. He needs to learn how to play the run with more consistency. You like his ability to get into the backfield and make disruptive plays, but Robinson's anchor and ability to play with strength along the point of attack is a big area for growth. He needs to add strength so he can survive the early downs at the next level. We've seen more physical teams up front give Chop Robinson major problems. I think Chop Robinson is a little bit of a developmental prospect. I do not see him as an every down player just yet. However, I absolutely love his upside. If Robinson improves his ability to win against the run and provide more power into his rushes, we could be looking at one of the better edge defenders to come out of this draft class in a few years from now. The fascinating aspect about Chop Robinson is that he's not a finished product whatsoever. The athleticism, size, and power are all legit, but the little things from a technical standpoint need some developing. Where he goes and how he gets utilized will be pivotal with his versatility and athletic ability. I think Chop Robinson gets selected sometime between rounds 1 and 2. Let's watch some highlights.
With 48 on the ground, 100 through the air, the ball's loose, rolling around back at the 42-yard line of Rutgers. Chop Robinson can finally get something going. McNamara hit from behind, the ball is out and Penn State's got it. Recovered by Isaac. Chop, chop. A few yards deep in the end zone. Straight ahead run on first down. He is denied. Oh, he got planted. Simpson still moving in motion. Second down from the 47 and another sack. Chop Robinson didn't get there on first down.
Opposing quarterback first down. Hakeem Beeman that tipped it. Tiger by Lowe's not feeling the pressure. Coming from the side, Chop Robinson gets to it.
Including the only touchdown for West Virginia today. Try to get it back to him. That is absolutely perfectly played. And who else but Big 4-4 Chop Robinson.
Does not prevent anything.
36 yards on the pickup, but now Finley loses the ball in the backfield. He's able to cover it. Deep backfield for Tuttle. And he will get swallowed up for another sack. Now they bring pressure. Barnes swarmed and sacked.
They showing blitz. Here's McCarthy. Steps up in the pocket. In trouble and knocked down. Under pressure again. Abdul
Barnhart. McCarthy tries to get away, can't quite get there, and he's
early 1/4 and goal in this game. Richardson, Robinson, pressure. Richardson going down, throws up a pair. It's out of the back of the end zone. Kalen King is out of bounds.
Utah edge defender Jonah Ellis has been one of the most prolific breakout performers of the 2023 season, as evident by his 39 pressures and 13 sacks this season. The first team All Pac-12 selection caused chaos for opposing offenses this year, ranking first in the FBS in sacks per game and fourth in the FBS in tackles for loss per game. Let's talk about strengths. From a pass rush prowess standpoint, you see a very potent first step to explode off the edge and challenge offensive tackles with speed. The inside spin move has been a quick winner for him on a number of occasions amid his explosion in output in 2023. His background as a linebacker bodes well for him in finding some scheme versatility to most teams. And then we get to weaknesses. Ellis's biggest flaw as a rusher is that he only has average bend to turn a tight corner at the top of the rush. Against the run, Ellis is physical at the point of attack and has long arms to help get extension. However, his lower body appears to be a little weak as he struggles to set the edge against better competition. Lastly, there are questions about what his ideal fit is in the NFL. There's an element of tweener to him as he struggled consistently at the point of attack and to deconstruct blocks with consistency in the run game. Overall, the 20-year-old can contribute as a pass rusher right away and could develop into at least a serviceable run defender. Schematically, he'd currently be best as a stand-up outside linebacker in odd fronts. Jonah Ellis has all the right stuff to be a viable designated pass rusher in the NFL and a core special teams contributor. He'll most likely require high amounts of development from the jump, but the good news is he's only 20 years old with tons of upside. Let's watch some highlights.
With a Fiesta Bowl winning Utah team.
Oh, inside move.
A world of hurt. And there's Jonah Ellis.
Down in distances like these. 3rd and 9. Here they come. Incomplete as Bourguet was feeling the heat from his right edge. Jonah Ellis.
Steal again. Nothing doing. Jonah.
These two, you mentioned their affinity tackle, but watch those two eat 3. You win the math game right there. Ellis comes unblocked to finish.
Tempo here. Williams play action. He senses the rush and down he goes. Caleb Williams with 1 to snap it. They do. A lot of motion. Williams breaks it down. Gets to the outside.
Crucial play for the Gator offense. Mertz pump fakes, backpedals, running out of time, and they get him again.
A bye week coming up to think about it. 2nd down and 14. Here comes Ellis again. He doubles back.
That old spin cycle.
The old Freeney.
Yeah, the old spin cycle to the bottom of the screen. Dante tries to spin, but when he does.
Back leads in recent memory. Dante Moore part of that. The freshman hit and
it was straight speed to power. We have seen the spin cycle, not this time. I'm going to get right in your face. I'm going to drive.
3rd and 3. Moore feels it down. He
spin cycle. He's had to play a lot of snaps. No Fillinger today. Still no Connor O'Toole. Sack.
2nd and 18. He feels it again. He goes down again.
Adisa Isaac possesses a solid floor with intriguing upside due to his combination of size, strength, and athleticism. It would not be surprising if his stock rises after the scouting combine, as he appears to have long arms and good movement skills that will open the eyes of NFL scouts in the coming months. Let's talk about strengths. Currently, Adisa Isaac stands out the most against the run. He has surprising strength for his build, and he's racked up a bunch of tackles for loss or near the line of scrimmage by staying disciplined and using his speed when unblocked on the backside of runs. One of Isaac's key strengths is also his plus technique. He maintains good leverage against blockers and uses his hands effectively to control and disengage from opponents. And then we get to weaknesses. Concerns remain about his inability to consistently generate push in one-on-one opportunities. Many of his sacks have come via stunts and simulated pressures to free his alleyway to the quarterback. Overall, Adisa Isaac is a project who can be developed into a solid starter as a stand-up outside linebacker on a team that uses a lot of odd fronts. This is a ball of clay at the edge position who touts an evolving pass rush repertoire that should improve with further seasoning and NFL coaching down the road. Projecting him as an early down edge would be wishful thinking at this stage or at this point. Let's watch some highlights.
Noisy for the Hawkeyes. McNamara. Down he goes again.
Michigan State has struggled on 3rd down at times this year. This one 3rd and long. Thorne under pressure. He goes down.
At the 9. McCord with time. McCord now sacked inside.
Donaldson wrapped up in the backfield. Great penetration. Penn State gets home with Adisa Isaac.
Train him next to him. Here's McCord with time underneath the route. They'll give it to him straight ahead, and he's ambushed in the backfield.
Backfield. Play action, fake, tunnel, goes down.
Williams, and Williams met in the backfield.
Watch them jump over this offensive line, and they get right in there and knife into the backfield and get Williams.
Talia Tagovailoa and those wide receivers, they've got outstanding ones.
Pressure again.
He did not.
Brandon Dorlus provides a unique mold of defensive lineman for evaluators in the 2024 draft. At 6'3", 280 pounds, Dorlus has the size, mass, and elite proportional length to line up at 3 tech or shade over 1 tech, but he's also athletic and explosive enough to function as a stand-up edge or swerve across the line on stunts like a battering ram. Let's talk about strengths. Brandon Dorlus has intriguing positional versatility that has this guy flying up the draft boards. In 2023, Dorlus played at edge much more often than the interior, and he was a force, notching 5 sacks, 6.5 tackles for loss, and 9 pass breakups. Dorlus brings a super intriguing blend of power and violence in his game. If this guy goes to a team with a creative defensive coordinator, watch out, because Brandon Dorlus can do a lot of everything at a high level. And then we get to weaknesses. Dorlus doesn't quite have elite attack explosiveness, nor does he have top-notch bend. While he improved with his leverage maintenance in 2023, he can still work to cut down instances of drifting too high with his high-cut frame. The biggest concern is the potential label of tweener and his lack of a true home at the next level. He lacks the power to consistently set the edge and too easily gets driven back versus double teams. While I love Dorlus' ability as an interior rusher with his blend of length, quickness, and body control, I do have questions about how he translates to the NFL with his run defensive ability. In summary, Brandon Dorlus has a high floor as an alignment versatile run defender and power-oriented pressure generator, and especially in odd and hybrid front schemes. He should be a valuable add to any defensive line rotation from day one, with quality starting potential down the road. Right now, I have a back end of day 2 grade on Brandon Dorlus. Let's watch some highlights.
Oregon showing pressure. And Brandon Dorlus with a sack.
Territory. There was. Penix steps up, and as he escapes, he's going to throw the ball with
20. Jackson, nothing. He'll lose yardage. Guess who?
Penix hit as he throws. The ball is out there. No whistle yet.
Hanging on to the timeout in the hurry up. 47 seconds left. Second down. Pressure. And it's intercepted. It is intercepted by Jeffrey Bosa. And he's going to return it for a pick six. A hard-fought road victory.
You see it right there. Both guys are eyeballing the left side. They got to fit that punch together. Look like the center passed into air.
They just beat the play clock. Hit as he throws, and it's incomplete as Sachere leveled.
Sanders to go with the football. It's Brandon Dorlus, big number 3, at 290 pounds. Man, he's athletic.
Third down and 8. Shador with a man in his face that was deflected at the line of scrimmage.
Athletic. He can play outside. So swim the tackle, swim the center, swim the guard, get home. Brandon Dorlus.
Bossa right up at the line. Here he comes. He's denied. Dorlus straight into the face.
And the big sky again, probably the strongest FCS comp.
All right, guys, those are my top 10 edge rushers. Here is one more honorable mention before we wrap this thing up. It's time to talk about one of the more underrated edge rushers you'll likely find in the 2024 draft. Javon Solomon had 46 pressures on 336 pass rushing reps in 2023. Javon Solomon is an underrated edge rusher at 6 feet, but his 80-inch reach provides unique opportunities for his development. The Troy product led the nation in sacks this past year, and that potential showed up during the 2024 Senior Bowl. Let's talk about strengths. Javon Solomon is an incredibly quick pass rusher with effective bend, burst, and hand usage to separate from offensive tackles. He's at his best utilized from a wide stance, and his rare ability to bend through contact with a relentless motor gives him incredible upside as a situational pass rusher. During the college season, it appeared that Solomon could improve his burst off the line. During the week of Senior Bowl practices, that concern absolutely disappeared, with Solomon consistently showcasing sufficient burst and finesse to win reps. This is a terrific athlete who finished among the top 10 in top speed, max acceleration, and deceleration, explosive efforts, and distance traveled. When it comes to weaknesses, Solomon's size and anchor ability are question marks. He's not a terrible run defender for what he was asked to do, but he was in an aggressive attacking system at Troy that did not have him anchor in place too often. And when he did, double teams uprooted him at the lower level of competition. The speed of the NFL will also be an adjustment for Solomon as well. In summary, in the right system, with the correct usage, Javon Solomon could be a major asset on an NFL defense, especially if he's a situational pass rusher who gets to pin his ears back and hunt the quarterback. Given his unique length for a player his size, I think this is a toolsy prospect that should find his home sometime late day 2, early day 3. Let's watch some highlights.
To get to the 3 for a first down. Aguilar, empty backfield. He's being chased, and they got him! Javon Solomon.
Bring help. It's the first team all conference. Just watch him. He's right here. You need help. You better get an extra running back, a tight end. Help out. Because you go one-on-one with the best defender.
Here for Wright. And another sack for Troy. And this time it is Solomon, his third sack of the ball game. Both he and Juvenile
Really got after the quarterback on that play.
3rd and 12. Rayner in trouble and another sack for the Trojans. That's A.J. Pierce and Javon Solomon in on there harassing Rayner.
2nd and 4. 4-man rush, and they get home again. The strip sack recovered by Troy. Game time.
And so how do the Raging Cajuns respond? From the 25-yard line, Chandler Fields looks left, looks down the middle. That's just too much time for this defensive front because eventually somebody's going to get home, and this time it's Javon Solomon.
All right, guys, those are my top 10 edge rushers in the 2024 NFL Draft. Do you agree or disagree with my rankings? Let me know down in that comment section below. For everything NFL Draft, give me a follow on Twitter at Mr. Crockpot. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Stay awesome.